Hi, my name's Cassidy Patterson, and this is my pre-self-assessment for Psychology 810. So I'm just going to go through the objectives of this course and talk about the knowledge I'm coming into this class with, and then also discuss a couple goals that I have. So let's get started. So the first objective we were given is students will demonstrate knowledge of different types of IO consulting. There is going to be somewhat of a trend in the next couple slides because I do not have much knowledge of any of these objectives, including this first objective. One thing that I currently do in my job that I am presently in is I help with retention rates with the different clients that we work with. So I know that that is part of a consultant's job in some respect, but it's only a very tiny part. Besides that, I don't really have a lot of knowledge or experience with this objective. The second objective we were given is students will gain the understanding of the competencies that are required for IO consultants. Again, there's not much knowledge I have on this particular subject in regard to business skills and consulting. I do know, of course, that there has to be some sort of competencies, and hopefully I will get a better idea of what those look like throughout this course. The third objective is students will develop knowledge and skills of preparing documents such as proposals and reports that are typically involved in consulting projects. Again, not much knowledge on this subject. I do currently prepare smaller types of reports for the different clients that I work with. And just a little bit of clarification, I work in staffing. So we help businesses in the area staff for their manufacturing and logistics positions where we see a lot of turnover. So we are working with these clients to find out why that's happening, the reason. So I gather that information and I do prepare different types of reports or spreadsheets on the reasons that may be occurring. But again, that's on a much smaller scale of what IO consultants will do in their everyday life and their career. So the fourth objective is students will develop skills in applying knowledge of industrial organizational psychology in consulting and business settings. Again, I don't have much knowledge on this subject, and the little bit of consulting, I would loosely say, but the little bit of consulting that I do in the present is not necessarily in a business setting. We sit in an office and we don't go client to client and present these reports or present the findings. We essentially just get in touch with them somehow, not in person, and give them the findings of our evaluations. So I don't have a lot of knowledge or experience with being in that business setting with these different types of clients that we're helping to consult. The fifth objective is students will select and utilize communication strategies that are appropriate for their audience. Again, not a ton of knowledge on this objective. As I sort of mentioned in the previous slide, we don't go in person to the clients that we work with currently. I only use essentially just email and phone as our communication methods, which is not always the best strategy whenever you're trying to communicate ideas and thoughts to these clients. I think it's going to be really beneficial for the type of work that I'm in to get a better understanding of, when's the appropriate time for email and phone, because there probably would be an appropriate time for that. But there's also times where it would be more beneficial to use other types of communication methods. The last objective is students will define problems in business settings and identify the appropriate consulting plans. I don't have a lot of knowledge on this objective as well. More specifically, I don't have a lot of knowledge or experience with identifying the problems. In my current position, what we really striving to do is just help these clients with the problems that they have already identified. So I think, again, this will be a very beneficial class to fully understand what that process looks like. Lastly, the two additional goals that I have. The first one is how to manage multiple projects at once. I currently work with about 10 different manufacturing companies in the area, and they all have their own individual issues. So it would be nice just to know how to better utilize my time to service those clients. And then also the second would be to learn strategies for confidence and professionalism. I believe the more you know and the more confident that you are with your strategies and your reporting, the more that your client is going to want to take your advice and take those consulting ideas. So I'm very excited to get started in this course because I think it's definitely going to help with not only my current job, but then also all the rest of my jobs in the future. Thank you.